we go. Trick or treat. Let's do it. Honey, attention.
Yes, sir.
Face flash.
Yes, sir.
Bow, courtesy. And position.
Sir.
Good. 2 degrees.
I felt myself physically and mentally, based on a mile-high broad spirit. I will only fight to protect my life and the lives of others. I achieve my full potential of helping knowledge, honesty, and strength.
And where to go?
Black belt excellence, sir.
Attention.
Yes, sir.
Bow, courtesy. Yes, sir. So, actually, Tia, I lied to you. I'm gonna have you right over here. Yes, sir. You don't need one for you guys. Whoa! All right, I need all of you to point at 2 boxes right next to each other. Those 2 boxes are yours. Ready, set, go. 2 boxes. 2 boxes. So these are your 2 boxes. That's it. Those are yours. And then Tia. Here's your perfect. That works. All right, guys. Here we go. Let's get started. First things first. Just pick 1 box. We're gonna go in and out. In and out. Ready? And go.
Yes, sir.
In and out.
Social distance, people.
Move in. Move in. Move in. Move in. All right. All right, Antoine. Here we go.
Yes,
Next
sir.
we're pretty much doing jumping jacks without the hands. Ready? And go.
Yes, sir.
And out of the bell, just keep your hands up while we're doing these exercises, while we're bouncing, while we're sparring. Action. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5. Now, this one's very similar, so don't get it mixed up. Watch. Very similar to this one. So it's like this, not quite like this. My back leg, the leg that's not going in and out of boxes, is just like this. All right, now the other leg is bouncing in and out, while the back leg is just jumping up and down.
Oh, I get sir.
All right.
So you go like this.
Yes, sir. Let's see, guys. Ready? And go.
Yes, sir.
These are different types of sparring footworks.
Like that. Like, sir.
Yeah. So you'll get used to it. We should have the leg to the ground. If you go like this, when you spar, as soon as you bring your leg like this, I'm going to attack you. Get it back. Do something here. Good. Right, here we go. Next one. Watch this one. This one's going to be fast. From here. Yes. Medium. Ready? And go. Last one. Go, 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 go. This is our last one. You got hustle. Speed, 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 speed. Fast. There you go. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, yes, sir. Grab a piece of water. Ready? Go, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
All right. this is.
All I know about number 8 is we're right several.
That's a good spot to start.
Yeah, so everyone get on your X's and we're right on.
And it's a good side. Taekwondo, number 5. Go. Turn.
Yes, sir.
Side kick, scoot it, hook around, overhead back twist, low. Number 5 again. Go.
Yes, sir.
And turn.
Yes, sir.
Number 6. Jump around. Ready, go. Turn.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you do that one. Suck. That back leg. Number 6 again. Go.
Yes, sir.
Turn.
Yes, sir.
Number 7, the one with all the kicks. Ready, go.
Song.
Yes, sir. You're back.
That's right. And number 7 again. Go.
Yes, sir.
And turn.
Yes, sir.
Alright, the new one we're learning today. Taekwondo number 8. Alright, do it with me. Ready? Okay.
Okay.
Back leg ground kick.
Back to the ground kick.
Reverse back twist.
Reverse backward.
Switch it.
Rich hand.
And turn.
Yes, sir.
On this side. Okay. Back leg ground kick. Stay with me. Reverse back twist.
Reverse backward.
Switch it.
Rich hand.
Alright, 2 more times. Same. Turn.
Yes, sir.
On this side. Hook it.
Okay.
Back leg ground.
Back and round.
Spinning back twist.
Spinning back twist.
Switch it.
Rich hand.
Turn.
Yes, sir.
Last time. Hook it.
Okay.
Back leg ground kick.
Back and round.
Spinning back twist.
Spinning back.
Switch it.
Rich hand.
Turn.
Yes, sir.
Alright, now I'll be doing it with you. Number 8. Okay. Let's hit it. Do the kicks. Back to the ground. Yes. Reach in. Turn.
Yes, sir.
On this side. Hook. Round. Reverse. Back to the switch in. Turn.
Yes, sir.
Alright, all together. Number 8. Hook kick. Back leg ground kick. Reverse back to the switch in. And go.
Yes, sir.
Turn.
Yes, sir.
And go. Turn.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so this is just for your information. The fastest combo in Taekwondo, yes sir? So it's gotta be as fast as you can, also looking good. Number 8. Hands up and go.
Yes, sir.
Looking
I
good.
already got it there. Back side.
Right. Straight that way. And go. And freeze that.
Yes, sir.
When I say go, I need you guys to the back line, right? And I want you guys to line up in front of the weight master. Ready? And go, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Find a weight master. Find your own. So you find either a weight master or a pole, and you just line up on the back. See, Emmett, you line up with this one. See, Alexis is lined up that one, and Tia, you're right there. Perfect. All right, here we go. When I say go, you guys are going to run down. Stop. We're gonna do number 5. Remember the first. Whenever you not hit with the first move. Actually, you know what? I'll hit you with all. I'll have you guys hit with all these moves. So you're gonna fly inside. Look. Round. Oh man. Back. that's the whole move. Hit with, this is one of the exceptions. You hit with all the moves. Ready? And go.
Yes, sir.
Down. Right, Mule Sensei has returned. He has vengeance. Ready? And go!
Yes, sir.
Ready? And one down, go!
Yes, sir.
Good. Ready? One more time. And go!
Yes, sir.
Nice job. All right, next one, number 6. The last 2 moves are going today. Yes, last 2 moves. And one up. Jump around. Spin your practice. Back on the ground. Backward. Last 2 moves right here. Ready? And go!
Yes, sir.
Not that way. Back fist. Back on the ground. Back leg. Yes, sir. Ready? And go. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One more time. Ready? Go. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. All right, now, number 7. You guys are going to run down, round side, reverse side. Not gonna hit. Last 2 moves are gonna hit. Back leg, ground, back. So ready is round side, reverse side, not gonna hit. Back leg, ground, back leg are going to hit. Ready? And go!
Yes, sir.
Back leg round. Back one side. Nice job. Good. One more time. Ready? And go. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it together. Ready? Round side. Which way did you start? Which way did you start? There you go. We'll start this way. Ready? Round side. Round side. There you go. Then reverse side. Back leg round. Back punch. There you go. That's it. All right, now one more time. Ready? And go. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nice job. All right, quick attention.
Yes, sir.
Nice to go. Allow your serve. 3 second round. Go grab your pads. Bring them out on the floor. Ready? Go. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Mouth guard.
Yes, ma'am. Always my guard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know. Yeah, I took my pads out. I saw me. I'm like, oh no. I tried to put them on. I'm like, no, that's not happening.
Can I get the stuff out?
Yeah, it's back there. Yes, ma'am. You can get the stuff out. Go ahead. Which one? For you to find out. When everyone's had their stuff out ready, I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to get all your stuff out. To rock?
All my stuff out, just stuff out, not like 20 minutes.
Yeah, sure. You can get it all out.
But don't set the timer, though.
I will not, sir.
Just 1 minute and take it out. Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Just quick. Just do it quick. Let me just time you get to that part. Just get them on. Start, sir. Yes, sir. Line three.
That's it.
Here we go, guys. 2 minutes. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yes, sir.
Feet, shins, then chest, then helmet, then hands. Remember, in case you guys look at
Oh yeah, how is that, sir?
read that can be very first.
Before your head. Right? I know someone can start at the same exact time we stand. You know who it was? Mr. Chris. Not you, Mr. Chris. Yes.
All right.
Mr. Chris coming in.
You guys are gonna be smart, Mr. Church, with it.
Yay!
All right, you guys have that. You're halfway there. You should be done with your feet. Moving on to your chest now. We're having your helmet. Let's do it. More seconds, guys. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'll come to the holsters.
Church must chest gear is a little ancient.
I just bought a new one, so good. Take forever to put on.
Righty. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's get rolling. We're going to be talking about free sparring, the introduction to free sparring, because what we got you guys ready for was point sparring. We got you guys ready for point sparring. That's the whole. That's karate tag. So we're going. All right, we got you guys ready for karate tag. Now we're going to be going into free sparring where it's continuous. All right, because so I don't want to be going like this and like. Because it continues. It's not whoever gets the first point, it stops and then we go back. It's continuous. So I get one hit in, but he's gonna keep on going. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so respawn. First things first. It's important that we understand that we need to be on our toes the entire time. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
So the entire time our free sparring match is gonna go. You'll rarely see any free sparring match under a minute. So most of the time it's going to be a minute. Most common one is 2 minutes. So I hand up and I'm bouncing 2 minutes the entire time. Just like this.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
So let's just warm up first with doing our clock drill. Everyone set first runs. Yeah. And start bouncing. Ready, go. Now it's very, very important. What kind of martial art are we doing? Not quite. Well, it's karate / what kind of combination are you guys doing right now?
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo. So our belly buttons are to the side because we kick more. All right. So here's the advantage. So if I'm with Mr. So if I'm with Mr. Churchman, all right, and I'm sparring here. And I use my kicks a lot. This isn't very good if you like to use your hands because you can really only hit with this hand. You can't really use your other hand. So if like saying, because if you guys have ever watched a boxing match, how do they stand when they box? You know,
Yeah.
can you show us how they stand when people box? They stand like this, right? Because they're using both hands, right? But here we're using our legs. We're going to take advantage of that. We're going to keep our bodies to the side. So if I'm drawing, and I have my hands up like this, what's the one spot that isn't blocked in my body? What's the one spot that he might be able to hit me? Yes. Here. And here too if he throws a front leg round kick.
Yeah.
But here as well is that side kick, and all I have to do is go down. So if you like throwing kicks, and you know your partner likes throwing a lot of kicks too, it's very, very important that you stay sideways like this during the match. All right, because for example, because if he starts turning this way and I know how to kick, I'm just gonna tear off the middle of his body and the sides of his head. So make sure that you're staying sideways when we're doing all these drills. There you go. Everyone side towards one side. And start bouncing. Good. Now I'm just gonna have you guys start here. Just bouncing up and down. Right now, when I say 12, which way is 12? Forward. So when I say 12, I want you guys to move forward and stay there. Ready? Keep bouncing, start bouncing. And 12. Good. Keep on bouncing. I want to see you again. Ready? 12. Good. And 12. And reset. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now it's important that when we're moving forward, I'm not jumping. I'm never jumping, so I'm not going like this. All right? Because I lose control of my movement in that instance. All right, so it's here. I'm bouncing. I'm pushing off my back leg. I'm push. See how I did that? My front leg didn't leave the ground. I just pushed off my back leg. And then if I want to move back, I push off my front leg. It's fast and I have control. So if I need to move forward and back really fast, I can do that. If I jump, it's a lot slower. All right, so here we go. Hands up, towards front, start bouncing. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. All right. So when I say 12, keep your feet on the ground. Just push off your back leg. Ready? And 12. Good. And then when I say 6, you're going to do the same thing, but going backwards. Ready? And 6. Just remember, jump. If you do 6, there you go. You're pushing off your front leg. Keep on bouncing. Keep on bouncing. Ready? And 12. Good. And 6. Good. And 12. And 6. Good. And 12. And 6. And 12. Oh, that's right. That's right. It's been many different places. And 6. Good. And 12. And 6. Okay, nice job. And 5. Now it's very, very important that you guys go and practice this at home. All right, because once we start free sparring, I can almost guarantee that this is not going to stick in you at free sparring. All right, because this is something that's going to take, it's going to start to have to become a habit. So if I'm sparring him and I'm brand new, all right, and we're moving and he's moving backwards, my first instinct as a starter is not going to go to move correctly. My first instinct is going to be to go like that. All right, so this is going to this is going to be something that you guys need to practice at home. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's do this. Everyone, hands up, set towards one side. When I say go, start bouncing, start bouncing, start bouncing. I want to see some move. So when I say go, I want to see you go forward and growth. All I want to see is that front punch. When I say go, so yeah, ready? And go. Good, ready? And go. Good, now everyone reset. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now the most important thing here is not step, then punch. So it needs to be not this. All right, it needs to be at the same time. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good, because if I'm with Mr. Churchman, it's fine. I step, he's ready for me to attack. He knows the attack's coming. And then punch, he's ready to fall. But if I do it at the same time, it's a lot faster, it's a lot more unexpected. So we're bouncing. I just need to move forward and punch at the same time, and I can reach it. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is the same thing with our punches, same thing with our kicks as well. All right, so here you go. Set towards my side. So when I say go, moving forward with that 12 and punching at the same time. Ready? And 12. Good. Punch and move at the same time. Ready? 12. Good. And 12. And reset. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
So do that, shoot back, shoot back. Back to your heads. Next up, hands up, looking at your target. And start passing. And 12. Good, and up. Good, and up. Nice job. Reset, yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Nice job. Now, when I say 6, here's what we're doing. We're going to push back, cycle. All right, now notice when I step back, look what I do with my back toes. They're facing backwards. I'm pivoting. Right, then and kicking out. All right, it's very, very important that you guys pivot because you're a lot more stable if your toes are facing backwards. So, for example, Mr. Churchman, he's here. And I'm not pivoting all the way on my cycle. Push me over. Okay, just like that. You can push it easily. Now, if I pivot, engage this leg as well, I can stay up a lot easier than on the other side. Yes, sir? So make sure when you're stepping back, your toes are not like this. Your toes are facing backwards when you're pivoting this way. Another reason why we pivot. Ready? Hands up, central one, start bouncing. Ready? When I say 6, step back. You can throw a side kick or you can throw a round kick, whichever one you want to do. Ready? And 6. Good. Keep ready? And 6. Good. And 6. Good. Nice back to go faster. Ready? And 6. Good. And 6. Good. Back to your. There you go. Ready? And 6. Hands up, one more time. Ready? And 6. Nice shot and time.
Yes, sir.
Now, we're sparring, especially when we're free sparring. Do I just throw one move at a time?
No, sir.
No, sir, that's right. Right, especially when you get to these higher levels, if you guys just throw one move at a time, you're always going to get blocked. No matter the move, right? Always going to get blocked. You need to start adding combos to your sparring. All right. Now, oh my goodness, combos for sparring. Where can I find some combos for sparring? Do I have to make them all up by myself? What? Where can you find some? That's right. You guys literally know like at least 32 combos right now, right? From what you guys have learned. So, for example, if I'm with Mr. Churchman, we're bouncing. I'm throwing this front punch. Oh, damn, this front punch just isn't landing. Let me think of a combination that starts with a front punch. Hey, there you go. So we're here. So we're here. No, don't do this with you guys. It's fine. So here. And then back punch as well.
Oh, I get it.
All right. So use your combos. Karate combination number 2. It starts with the front punch. And then back punch as well. All right. So don't just go in with one move and be like, there. His turn. Oh dang. There you go. Oh dang. You didn't hear me. Oh dang. All right. Don't just go back and forth like that. Add some move. More than one move. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Let's do it. So, Mr. Morris. Not so much, Mr. Church. These are here. Come on, sir. We're going to get sparring each other. Now, let's go over sparring again. Now, remember, if I'm with Mr. Church, Mom, and I'm sparring. Are we going here? And I blasting across the floor. No. Am I here and I'm punching him? Am I going as hard as I can?
No, sir.
No. Remember, that's fighting. Are we fighting right now?
No, sir.
Fighting is 100% sparring. I'll go at most. Once we get to black level, like 80%. You guys are going 50%. So we're going here. See that? Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
We're starting off slow so you guys can understand control and how to control your moves. Now, once we get to high levels like black belts and level 3, then we can start upping up our power and our speed. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
So let's do this. Boom, boom. So next swing.
Yes, sir.
You're going to do with Alexis, and then Churchman, you're going to do with Tia. What's your question, man? You said something? Mm-hmm.
Do we have to keep the box thing?
Yes, ma'am. We talked about box. We need to remind you what the box is. We remember what the box is. That's just no problem. So, if I'm with Mr. Churchman. Actually, I want to do this. Make a box. Here. Now. Here. Yes. So, I'm not going to have my blocks leave my box. So, for example, Mr. Churchman, he punches super up high. Am I going to try to go up like this? No, sir. Because what could happen? Right, so and if he's throwing a really low front kick, am I going to go like this? Yes, sir. Yes, what's going to happen? I don't want you guys to leave yourselves exposed when you block. So let's say he's throwing that front punch. No. He's throwing that front kick? Yeah. Yes, sir? Yes, sir. Small movements. So if he does follow up with any other moves like he's supposed to, we can block those moves as well. Yes, sir? Yes, sir. All right, with your partners, you can go face each other. Now here's where we're in boundary seat. Touch gloves. Now remember, how do we touch gloves? Very, very important that we remember so we understand our distance from each other. All right, here we go. Hands up, face each other. Ready? And go. There you go. Block those moves. Don't let them hit you with those. Stand your toes. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Gotta move around, don't stay in one spot. And your toes. There you go. There you go. Wow, there you go. Good. And time. Yes, sir. Now there is 3 different ways that we can defend against something. 3 different ways. All right. So the first one is blocking. So if he throws a punch, I block. That's the first. Next one is moving. So if he punches, I just move away. And the third one, the most advanced one that we probably won't get to at this level, is head move. So if he punches my head, move my head. All right, so those are the 3 different ones. Now, I always want you guys to use at least 2 of them, which in your case is blocking and moving. So if he's throwing that front punch, blocking and moving at the same time, it guarantees that I won't get hit. Yes, sir? Yes, sir. All right, because so let's say my block misses and I don't move back, he punches me. But if my block misses and I move back, I'm still okay. All right, so making sure that you're using 2 different types of defenses at the same time. Because I don't want you, Mr. Churchman's here, he's throwing 5 moves at once. I don't want you guys to just stay here and try to block it all. All right, that's a lot of moves. I want you guys to be able to move away from that as well. Yes, sir? Yes, sir. All right, here we go. So here's what we're going to switch partners. So when I say go loud, yes, sir, we're going to do this. So, you 2, Malay, so you guys will be partners. And then let's just insert when you will be partners. Ready? And go, yes, sir! Yes, sir! So stand next to each other. There you go. Again. Come here. There we go. All right, so here we go. Bow courtesy. Touch gloves. Make sure you're sideways with your partner so you understand your distance. Ready? And go! There you go. Make sure you're getting those kicks out. So there, if one of you guys are throwing around, it's just guys throw around. Should I go like this with both my hands? No, because what's gonna happen? You're gonna get punched, right? So you guys are literally just going back and forth. You guys are going here. One, 2 here. So what's a good way to block that around? Good. Or think of American Drive. Yeah, you gotta go. Because you block like this, and if the punch is coming, your hands are still there right as well. All right, good. Some more. And now, here's a good example. So here's a good example of why it's important that we practice things. All right. So me and Eminence here, we're just talking about a good way to block our round kicks with our round kick cover. All right. So we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna start blocking our round kick cover, right? And then as soon as we start sparring, they're still doing the old thing, right? And I don't expect you guys to right away get that knee kick. That's why it's important that we practice, because if we don't practice it, we're just gonna go back to our old habits of how we want to block instead of how we should block. All right, so that's why it's important that when we're at home, we're practicing these blocks, practicing these movements, so we don't just go back to what we naturally do. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Awesome job. So let's do this. What's the only one that we haven't done with Hammond? We're gonna be with Mr. Churchman. Alexis, you're gonna be with Tia. Ready? Go, yes, sir!
Yes, sir.
With your partners, here we go. Face each other, bow courtesy. Touch close. Hands up, hands up, hands up, ready? And spar! Next left hand on those toes, guys. One more time, guys. One more time. Your body seconds. Stop and on, guys. Nice job. Face your partner. Hold your tension. Bow courtesy. Nice job, guys. So, everyone, take your helmets and mouthpieces out. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, a lot of us when we're doing our round kicks, this is very, very, very common when we start. When we're doing our round kicks, we're doing this thing. We're going 1, 2, and then throwing a round kick. Right? If you guys could tell, if you guys are sparring Mr. Churchman, he blocked every single one of those round kicks. Sorry? Keep those on, man. Keep those on. Just that. Oh, yes, ma'am. You got to take your mouth guard out. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you then just take one off. Yeah. All right. So remember, next couple of weeks we're going to be practicing on how we can get those round kicks in, because we don't want to just go 1, 2, because they're going to be blocked. No matter how fast I go, he's going to block. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Because he just has to watch my toes. All right. So let's see if we have any. No. So let's get to our announcements. First things first. Spirit Week is this week's over. In a second, I'll ask you guys to take your foot pad off. Once we got off, we show off the socks. We'll take a picture and you guys will get a purpose, right? Next one, board break game. Make sure you guys, if you guys signed up, make sure you guys go on sign up fees to find the correct time to sign up for that. Next one, new word of the month. Make sure you guys are getting that correct worksheet turned in, right? And your new intent to promote. Get that turned in by a month from now. And then we're practice at home. Make sure you guys are practicing not only your forms and your combos, but sparring at home as well. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good. And then make sure if you guys didn't sign up for board breaking, I still want you guys to be there Saturday because that is Mr. Morse's last day. All right, so I still want you guys to be there to support him on his last day. All right, but besides that, that's all our announcements. So let's get bowed out of here. Ready? Come, attention.
Yes, sir.
Bow for the seat. Face flash.
Yes, sir.
Bow for the seat. And position.
Sir.
Hands right back.
Yes, sir.
Black belt for you. As a dedicated student of the martial arts, I live my life by the principles of black belt.
modesty, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and dominant spirit, sir.
Left opposition.
Sir, mile high karate is the best, sir.
Wow, all right, when I say go, I guess sir, for the second round, you guys can take your foot pads off. And actually, you won't just do this. Everyone take everything off super fast, ready? And then set it off to the side, ready? Go, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Push it quick. Quick, quick, quick.
Yes, sir.
And then
Picture.
2 minutes. And roll the three.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, yes. All right, and then if you guys are ready to go for a quick show.